I'm starting to get a bit of deja vu at West Ham. I'm starting to feel like we're running into the same problems that we had last season, and we've had quite a few times actually under this manager. In that we are running players into the ground at the end of the season, and we're not rotating our players enough. Previously, it was down to the fact we didn't have any other options. That was the issue. And that was, again, I will put that on David Moyes as well. The club didn't invest in January when we could have done. If we'd invested in January when we were in our Europa League last season, I genuinely think we had a better chance of winning the league, winning the trophy, the Europa League. And I think we also could have done better in the league. I think we could have probably finished higher. But we didn't. We didn't utilise it. The players were exhausted and we were dead in our feet at the end of the season. And that's why we didn't succeed in anything. It feels like that again. It feels like, again, we are looking exhausted. I mean, look, it's a chock-a-block season because we've got European football, but that's what we want. We want to be in European competition, so we can't complain about being in that. But the point is, we've invested all this money, we've got this squad depth, and we're not utilising it. I don't know why we're not. I'm struggling to put my finger on as to why. I did mention, though, in the Palace review, which I apologise for. I did rant a little bit in that, but I did mention that I could kind of understand David Moyes' argument slightly. I'm guessing this. He hasn't said this, but this is what I'm guessing. He probably looked at the fixtures, saw Crystal Palace game, saw Man City, saw Man United, and thought, we've probably got more of a chance against Palace. Let's go. Let's put our best players in for that. But my counter argument is, it doesn't matter. If the players are dead on their feet, you're risking injury. You're risking massive fatigue. You're risking confidence loss as well. The players are going to start losing their confidence massively if we're going to keep losing games. We've lost 2 on the spin now. And by the way, I'm recording this just before the Man City game. I'm guessing we're going to lose that, okay? So forgive me. But and I don't know, obviously, about what he's going to do for the Man City game. I really, 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 really hope, and I've done that in the City preview, that he will rest players for that game because he has to. You know, we've got to start utilising our players that we've got. You've got defenders, you've got midfielders, you've got a strike. You've got to start using them and give them key players a rest. Declan Rice is exhausted. Jared Bowen's dead on his feet. Antonio is, looks minutes away from an injury. We've lost Kurt Zuma through injury. Yeah, I'm looking at Soufal and worrying about him. I'm really starting to get worried, and I don't know why we're not utilising it. You know, you look at the Zuma injury, that could have been avoided. I appreciate it wasn't a fatigue injury. It wasn't a muscle injury. He rolled his ankle, okay? But what my point is, he shouldn't really been playing that game. He's been playing every game. He's exhausted. He looks absolutely shattered. And we know how injury prone he is. We know that. So use your brain. Think, hang on, I need him for the semi-finals. I need these players. I need Declan Rice. I need Jared Bowen. I need Antonio. These players need to be protected now. I appreciate we've got a Premier League season and we've still got things to do. We still need to try and survive. I get that. All right, I'm not saying right off forget Premier League, just do that. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is you do need to start rotating. You can't play 3 games in a week and play the same team in every game, and that's basically what he's doing. And this is why we're in trouble. You know, this is why we're losing games because we're looking exhausted. We look tired against Liverpool. We look very, very tired against Palace. As I say, this is before the City game, so I don't know what he's going to do for that, but I'm getting really, really concerned. And the energy levels are a real worry now. Real worry. And I just feel like we're falling into the trap of last season again. It's like I'm watching the same thing happen again. I'm thinking, why are we not resting? Why are we not rotating our team at all? As I say, the last time round, we didn't really have many options, so you felt the hands were tied. But again, I was annoyed because I thought, well, why didn't we just invest a bit of money and we could have dealt with this better? However, that's been and done. We're in the now. And again, we're doing the same. We're having the same problems. He needs to rest players. Really, really strange about Danny Ings as well. I just can't work out that signing. It seems to be one that's really biting us quite badly. We spent a lot of money on Danny Ings. You know, I know people say, well, no, it wasn't massively on the fee, but he's on a big wage at West Ham. I don't know the exact number, but I believe it's a big wage. I believe he's actually the highest paid player at the club. So that's really irking me as well because it doesn't fit the system. I don't know the ins and outs of Danny Ings' situation. I really don't. Ex-WHU employee has alluded to this previously, and I don't think, from my understanding, that he was a David Moyes signing. Leave it there. That's what that one is. But it is really frustrating from West Ham because because basically what my point is, he doesn't trust him. He doesn't play him because he doesn't fit our system. So he's literally, again, we're relying on Antonio like we did all last season. We're relying on one striker. It's really infuriating. I mean, I was saying when I did about the City preview, I said, I think we've got to play corner up front for the City game. I'm having to put a winger up front because we haven't got enough striker to use because Danny Ings doesn't fit our system at all. He can't run. So it's a bizarre signing, and again, it's just no good. So he can't rest Antonio. My point is he can't rest Antonio. That's why I think we should be putting Mabama, promoting him through to this first team, start getting him involved, because not only is he, I think he's impressive and looks a good player. I think he'd actually do a good job, but I just think we need to rotate. We need to have Antonio can't keep playing every game. He's going to get injured. And this is what's happening now. We can't lose key players. We've lost Zuma. We're probably going to lose Zuma we could lose Zuma for the rest of the season. Who knows? I don't know. They have an update on it yet while I'm recording this. But, we could be out for the rest of the season. So that's a massive, massive blow. We're trying to win a trophy here. It's really bad. I'm just starting to get really concerned. I mean, maybe I'm being over the top here. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But I'm starting to believe that this is like deja vu, that history is repeating itself for West Ham again, that we're going down the same path of overplaying our players, not rotating our team, and it's biting. It's really starting to bite. It's starting to show. I mean, we've just had a month of April where David Moyes said it's a really busy month, a chock-a-block month of a calendar where we've got to continually, we're playing sort of 2 or 3 games a week, but he didn't really rotate the squad that much. If you look at the teams, it was pretty much the same team all the time. That's annoying me. It's really bugging me. It really is, because I'm sitting there thinking, well, why? Like, this is where you need to start using your brain and start, and give. Also, it helps other players. It gives players more of a chance to get involved. Where's Lanzini? Get him involved. I mean, I'm not saying, playing him in massive games all the time, but certain matches, just start rotating a bit. Give players an opportunity. We've got a decent squad depth in this, our team. You look at our bench; it's pretty strong, probably the strongest it's ever been in my lifetime, and yet we're not really utilising it. It does frustrate me, and I think it all boils down to the fact of David Moyes again with this trusted group. He's a manager that he has certain players he trusts and certain players he doesn't. And this is costing us really dearly. And it's costing David Moyes because he's not putting his faith in anybody else. I have to play Souček every game. I have to play Rice every game. Paqueta has to start every game. Well, that's your 3 midfielders every match then. You've got Fornals. You've got Lanzini. We've got Downs. These are players that are available and they're fit and they're ready to come on, and you're not playing them. It's worrying. I'm really starting to get a little bit concerned that we are going to get burnt out right at the crucial period of the season, because this is what happened last time, and David Moyes stood by and watched it. And I think he's doing it again. I'm just watching him again. I'm watching that Palace game thinking, why are these players playing? They're dead on their feet. They run to the ground. You can just see it from the first minute. Not, I'm not talking 70, 80 minutes played and thinking, God, we look like we're puffed out. You can see it straight away. Declan Rice looks absolutely exhausted. So why is he playing? Why is he playing these players? He must see this at training. He must recognise and think these players are burnt out here. And yet he plays them for another 90 minutes of football. It's crazy. And it's going to cost us dear. It really is, because sooner or later, the bubble's going to burst. We are putting all our hopes into this tournament. We've lost Zuma now, and other injuries could be around the corner now. This is where this is going to start happening, because the players are starting to get run down. I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? Look, David Moyes he's going to always go with what he wants to do. Ultimately, he is the decision maker. As I say, this is before the City game, so I don't know what he's going to do. But yeah, I'm worried, really worried.